Hi everybody, if you don't know me, my name is Kirsten, and here on YouTube I've been doing a series that I've been calling Quick View with the Vampire, a series where I was supposed to be reviewing the newest Interview with the Vampire episode in the quickest and most efficient way possible. However, if you've been following along with the series, you have probably noticed that it has diverged and created its own beast of a series in which the videos are no longer 12 minutes but about an hour and 40 minutes, give or take the day and time. With a story like what we have in Interview with the Vampire, it's been really hard for me to condense what I want to say, especially when I'm trying to bring in our books as much as possible. So the videos have kind of changed how they've looked. Like I said, this is my first time doing anything like this, and I'm getting my footing. Hopefully by next season, I've got it all down, and we're gonna have a great time reviewing Interview with the Vampire Season 3. But until then, I have yet another new kind of video for us to do today, which is me actually watching the Interview with the Vampire finale for the first time and recording an initial reaction. I'm going to be perfectly honest and saying I might not upload this, and then if I upload it, this is going to be like, haha, you did upload it though, depending on how ugly I cry. Because I know I'm going to cry. Yeah, I'm going to cry. It's an inevitable thing at this point, but I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I'm going to try to get right into this, but I do want to preface real quick that I do have, like you saw, all my books over here. I can't guarantee that off the top of my head and in the emotional charge of watching this that I'm going to be thinking of the books. And so depending on kind of how this goes, I'll do another video on the finale and more of a deep dive kind of into it. And now that our season's over, which I can't talk about or think about too much because I don't know what I'm supposed to do, not getting vampires every Sunday. Yeah, but now that the season is over, it does give me some of the emotional and mental time to put together some of these videos that go deeper into now what we have as Interview with the Vampire is complete and its retelling. So we'll kind of see where the future takes us, but until then, I'm just gonna get right into watching the finale for the first time. It's gonna be fine. Maybe I won't cry, you know?
Thousands of miles removed from the room we shared in San Francisco, I offer for your journalistic pleasures my life story.
I am excited to go back and watch season 1. There's so much now to find.
I love you, Louis. I love you too, baby. I could not
Paul.
the transformation of those in attendance. He would not let me.
Oh my god, episode 1. I miss you. It's been a hot minute. Armand, we're fighting.
Why did I owe you my one act of cowardice?
His name was Magnus. He took me from my room as I kicked and screamed.
I want to get out alive. You want a book? What?
The Magnus mention in the little intro is interesting. And that's the end of it. There's nothing else. It's a direct quote in the book right near the end. It's like page like 260 something. I'm gonna find it. I knew Nicki was buried there. I'm right. I deserve money for that. I said that was like bizarre. Oh, Easeful Death mention again. John Keats. It's on page 306. Armand, I'm gonna ask you to shut up.
Maybe he has. He's been lying to you all these years for effect.
I love Daniel. We're best friends.
Santiago had suspected I had rigged the audience to spare Louis' life, so he made certain I would not forget my insubordination as part of my penance.
But why are you going along with this? You're too powerful, Armand.
I tried to.
You're irritating. Like you're telling me Santiago, who's a baby vampire, is bullying you around?
Wear a different suit the night you meet Lestat at the fair play. Snatch a piece of candy.
This conversation about the if I wear a different suit, if I snatch the candy, would anything be different? I'm seeing like so many people, because the clip was released yesterday by Collider, and so many people are like, oh my god, don't bring back that first episode, I'm gonna go cry again. Some people are taking it as like really romantic, some people are taking it as like really tragic, and the point is that it's both. Like, this is not a traditional love story, it's a gothic romance, and that means that the tragedy is there. It also means the love is there. It can be both things. It can be simultaneously tragic that Louis, no matter what, would agree to become a vampire and go with Lestat, and that all this would happen, and that there's the tragedy of it. But it's also romantic in a lot of ways, because the love is undying. But then it's tragic that they love each other, you know? Whatever, anyway. Okay. Flashback to episode 1 and I'm sobbing.
Snatch.
Episode 2!
Be the man in the difference.
Episode 3? Oh, we're going in order.
But the suit changes nothing.
Florence. That internalized homophobia from his mother, Grace.
I'm kissing Lestat on the altar.
I'm telling you, this focus on union and...
Lestat, but won't burn him. I'm dragged off stage and buried alive. Penny candy's not the answer.
The fact that Jacob Anderson has yet to be nominated for an Emmy for anything with Louis is
The worst
a
is
sin.
for the pragmatic ones.
You ruined his play. They didn't get to kill Louis on stage.
And Santiago improvised a worse death.
I was gonna say, like,
Without eating me.
I wondered why Santiago just didn't go down and kill Louis later himself. Like, I talked about it in the last video. Like, he's been itching to have a reason to kill Louis. But if this genuinely is going to kill him, yeah, this would be a little bit worse. Let him sit with the knowledge of Claudia's death. Let him starve to death over a long period of time.
I was the defeated vampire, Mr. Moore.
Okay, but how long did it take you to get him out?
Does anyone ever ask Lazarus if he wanted to live? Followed closely behind by my madness.
My rage was followed closely behind by my madness.
From
Yeah.
shadow to shadow.
Look at your eyelashes.
Retribution.
Oh, baby doll. Oh, baby doll. What are you doing? Oh, okay. First I thought he was just saying sounds. The meow. It's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing. Okay, we're back. Baby doll. Okay, I know Lestat's still in Paris. I know Armand's there. I need one of you to go get him. He needs a babysitter.
You should stand at the top of the stairs.
Is he? hallucinating or controlling them?
I don't have any use for it now.
I know you can hear me. You must leave Paris.
Oh my god, this is like Lestat getting in his head in episode 1, but it's worse. Hallucinating. I was gonna say, I don't think he's that powerful.
We're going to find out what I did. Do not worry about me.
I ain't fucking worried about you!
Please listen to me.
Oh, he's playing with fire.
If I could explain to you the events,
Armand, I'm gonna need you.
I think you would
I don't
understand
think-
why it was. I acted as I did.
I don't think he would, Armand.
However you manage, do not find yourself at the theater tomorrow night at curfew.
It's very similar to the book. He gives him a major warning. Every time I see the RJ on the screen, I think it's for Roland Jones. I keep forgetting Raglan James.
You had no feelings for any of them?
My prevailing thought was, if I'm not with him, I'm nothing.
My prevailing thought was, if I'm not with him, I'm nothing. In the Vampire Armand, I had to have Louis. That was my only conjunction. I must have Louis. That was my injunction. I knew no other. So I did not interfere when Louis incinerated the coven in the infamous theater, striking at the risk of his own life, the flame and the Sith at the very hour of dawn. Page 272, Vampire Armand.
In the lair where they slept.
Like how he said liar.
Been a marching band.
Is that her dressing room? Oh my god. It's on fire. Oh, this says portraits burning. Hi, babe. This is the closest we're gonna get to Lestat getting set on fire, like we didn't get in season 1.
Still clutching onto his clarinet.
I wanna see.
Nine.
I wanna see him kill those people with the blade.
And with
Is that how powerful he's gotten? He can set it that far? Louis. He's powerful now. I was gonna chop his head off. No, of course, who else would you think it would be?
Did I wake you? We broke up.
We broke up.
Doubt. God, come to me.
Did Armand tell you what we did with our ashes after we pulled you from the wall?
Come to me, Francis.
We used her as eyeshadow.
But come to me. What? We've had that twice. There's also like come to me and Merrick. That like Claudia says to Louis, trying to lure him to death.
Before I close my coffin at night.
I don't know if I have that marked.
And I'd use her hot, wet ashes to pleasure myself.
I don't even have Merrick over here.
It's Santiago to you, you firebug bugger!
Nah, that's the Spaniard's name you took. Took it to forget who you were, Francis.
He's
Took
so
it
hot.
To compensate for what got them
It's fine.
Francis. That joke in between your legs and that.
This is so reminiscent, like in a different way, but a little bit reminiscent of him killing the alderman in episode 3 of season 1. Just, you know, kind of egging him on. I love him.
Cannot be called Santiago. Good.
He chopped his head off. That happens in the book too. I am gonna miss Ben Daniels though so much. I feel like we should just bring Ben Daniels back and like not explain anything. Just have like different character.
Say that shit about Claudia in my face.
What does vermouth actually taste like? I don't know.
And all my rage and madness exited my body. And nothing replaced it.
Rage and madness exited and nothing replaced it. Emptiness. You rehearsed it with Lestat. Okay. So in the books, Armand is a liar, liar, liar. And he tells Louis somewhere in here that at the end of everything that Lestat's dead. He's like, no, no, no. He died and like, you know, he's gone and whatever. And then where is it? 265 is the trial, 269 is the end. I don't know. Anyway, so Armand tells Louis Lestat's dead. And again, Louis is numb and empty, as he says here. And then he tells Lestat that Louis is dead. Which is on page 441 of the Vampire Lestat, right near the bottom. Lestat says, Louis, where is he? I asked. They didn't kill him. I saw him. He went out into the rain. They have gone after him, Armand answered. He is already destroyed. So, Armand lying about involvement in something, because I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's going to tell either one of them that they're dead, because with the episode 5 like phone call thing, like Lestat knows Louis is alive. So if he knows he's alive, we can't rely on the lie of that being what we're dealing with. But I don't know. Hold on. I don't want to watch Magnus next season. Just what are you doing? This is like the first time they've seen each other where Louis is like coherent since everything in New Orleans. Gremlin.
Burned your daughter alive? While you rehearsed the play? You would burn your daughter alive? While you crossed an ocean to rehearse a play? Burn your daughter alive? I'm coming to kill you.
Well, that's not gonna work, darling. Now Armand's joining in. Akasha name drop, bitch. I said it was gonna happen. Does Louis know who that is? I don't know what's happening. This kind of confrontation is not like a thing that happens. And I don't know why Lestat isn't saying something that I think he needs to be saying right now. That I think would clear up. Never mind. What do I know? Don't do what I think you're about to do. Don't. I would be that petty. I mean, like I can't say I don't get it, but I just like Really? We're gonna, never mind. This is where I think Lestat to start talking. But he's not going to. Okay.
Whatever pale proxy of me.
Pale proxy of me. Exactly. This. Okay, hold on. Does he stay with Armand out of spite for 77 years? They're doing that weird thing that they do where they like start kind of reminiscing and they like vaguely look like they're happy again.
Settled in New York for a while. San Francisco.
New York, Trinity Gate.
Here, there, everywhere.
Are we ever gonna get, I don't think we'll get
There's nothing else.
title. So in the book, when Louis says, and that's the end of it, there's nothing else, is when Daniel kind of has like his freak out in the book. And again, it's way different in the sense that like Louis gets through the whole story in the book versus like in 1973 he just gets to Claudia on the bench thing and she's leaving for Europe. And so, and that's the end of it. There's nothing else on page 306. And then on page 307, the boy sat mute, and the boy is Daniel, staring at the vampire, and the vampire sat collected, his hands folded on the table, his narrow red-rimmed eyes fixed on the turning tapes. And then the boy drew back and ran the fingers of his right hand loosely through his hair. "No," he said with a short intake of breath. Then he said it again louder. "No. It didn't have to end like that," said the boy, leaning forward. The vampire, who continued to look at the sky, uttered a short, dry laugh. "All the things you felt in Paris," said the boy, his voice increasing in volume. "The love of Claudia, the feeling, even the feeling for Lestat. It didn't have to end. Not in this, not in despair. Because that's what this is, isn't it? Despair?" Interesting.
End of session.
We're 28 minutes in with 36 minutes left on the episode, so I'm so scared of what that means. It's like when you get to a book and like something like things are either going too well and you've got like way too much time left, or like things are crazy and you've got like 10 pages left and you're like, how are we gonna fix this? The next premiere, I want a blood drink. Whatever you guys are giving them for their fake blood, I think I want one.
He loved you a great deal.
He loved you.
For him to see himself that way.
Why would you say that?
If I ask questions, there's just some things I've been jotting down along the way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's just small stuff, like
Episode 2.
said that Lestat telepathically told you you were scaring the salesman. You said that 4 escaped the theater. Celeste, Estelle, Santiago, and
Sam Beckett, man. The all-powerful.
oh, maybe you did a
Yeah, the all-powerful Sam and the babygate.
That's not wrong.
honored.
Armand's like death staring, like stop asking questions.
My lit one more soldiers home and you tell them to throw them
I
out.
talked about this.
Soldiers would be mindfuck out of the townhouse that night.
Wait. If this is
Oh well,
if this is going where I think it's going, hold on.
back to I know. It's
Oh,
built this way, I know.
the stuttering laugh.
It's in your nature, Mr. Malone.
That's Armand's handwriting.
Hand the diary into the audience. Have
Same
them
red.
throw the evidence in their hands. This
Same red pencil he writes in.
too early.
His face. Be careful, it's one of a kind, is that what it said? Daniel is the truest friend. Why is Armand not doing anything? Was he still wearing that shirt in the dungeon? He was gonna let Louis die.
He didn't save you. Lestat did.
Daniel needs to get out of there. Like, desperately needs to get out of there. Yeah. Time has opened. Line. Armand. Who did what? Okay, what? So, in the Vampire Armand, so on 272 is when I must have Louis. That was my injunction. I knew no other, so I did not interfere. Maybe it's on a different page. Yes, okay, sorry. 270. Time eventually destroyed our love for one another. Time withered our gentle intimacy. Time devoured whatever conversation or pleasures we once agreeably shared. And then in Interview, the Louis and Armand like breakup scene is a lot gentler. Runs into Lestat, and then page 302 in Interview with the Vampire is when Louis tells Armand that he saw Lestat, and Armand's like, did he tell you anything? Did he tell you anything about Paris? Did you feel hatred? What was it? And they talk about how Armand was the one that killed Claudia, and Louis says that it was you who killed her, who forced her out into that yard and locked her there. Don't tell me that you've been feeling pain for it all these years, not you. And then he closed his eyes and turned his face away, his hand resting on his chest as if I'd struck him an awful sudden blow. You can't convince me you care about this, I said to him coldly, and I looked out towards the water, and again that feeling came over me, that I wished to be alone. In a little while I knew I would get up and go off by myself. That is, if he didn't leave me first, because I would have liked to remain there actually. It was a quiet, secluded place. You care about nothing, he was saying, and then he sat up slowly and turned to me so again I could see that dark fire in his eyes. I thought you would at least care about that. I thought you would feel the old passion, the old anger if you were to see him again. I thought something would quicken and come alive in you if you saw him, if you returned to this place. That I would come back to life, I said softly, and I felt the cold metallic hardness of my words as I spoke, the modulation, the control. It was as if I were cold all over, made of metal, and he were fragile suddenly, fragile as if he had been actually for a long time. Yes, he cried out, yes, back to life. And then he seemed puzzled, positively confused, and a strange thing occurred. He bowed his head at that moment as if he were defeated. And then he says, I used to believe that you would get over it, that when the pain of all of it left you, you would grow warm again and filled with love and filled with that wild and insatiable curiosity with which you first came to me, that conscious and that hunger for knowledge that brought you all the way to Paris to my cell. I thought it was a part of you that couldn't die, and I thought that when the pain was gone, you would forgive me for what part I played in her death. She never loved you, you know, not in the way that I have loved you, and the way that you've loved us both. Not in the way that I loved you, and sorry, I just repeated that. And I would gather you to me and hold you, and time would open to us, and we would be the teachers of one another, which he said that kind of in the... Okay. This can't be goodbye for Louis and Daniel. He looks 3 apples tall walking away right there.
Wait until July. Get you on the float for new edition at the Essence Festival. That's all shut it up now.
He's home.
What's the costume?
New Orleans.
How come you coming in?
I wonder what it's like being home.
So dead. Said to be at least a 3. Flip your phone.
Oh, hurricane coming in. I lived on the coast for a while. Hurricanes were wild time. I kind of wish I could hear more Southern accents. My whole family's Southern. I miss it.
Rose Street, home of the most infamous party ever thrown in New Orleans. This is where 2 dozen members of high society. They walk in them doors right there. Ain't nobody ever seen it. Take a picture if you need to.
It's home.
1940. A man that owns this town home, and that is King Garage, named Sebastian. Now, this police won't have. Yes, they are. Now, it's modest.
He's like, what are you talking about?
Mr. Melma.
The way that he like can kind of smile about like, that's a vampire. Oh shit. Okay. In Interview and in Vampire Lestat, when okay, that what's happening right now? When Louis goes back to Lestat to see him in New Orleans after everything. Okay, everyone's still alive, so we're not there. Okay, so I have New Orleans reunion marked on page 292. Because shortly after that, I saw a vampire in New Orleans, a sleek, white-faced young man walking alone on the sidewalks of St. Charles Avenue in the early hours before dawn. And I was at once convinced that if Lestat still lived here, that vampire might know him and might even lead me to him. Of course, the vampire didn't see me. I had long ago learned to spot my own kind in large cities without their having a chance to see me. And so he follows this vampire, and that's like who leads him to Lestat. I'm gonna need everyone to quit eating rats by next season. I just need us to let it go. Like Lestat makes these like fledgling vampires to basically like, go like provide food for him. He like doesn't like acknowledge them really outside of like a means to an ends for living. see. He has an iPad. I'm sorry, I had to pause it. I just... Okay.
Who's he?
Louis.
That's Louis? He's Louis?
Get out.
He's Louis.
Where is some fledgling? All the millennials are.
All the millennials are...
Hello, Lestat. Hello, Louis.
What's wrong, darling?
I'm sorry I don't have much time. I'm in the middle of rehearsing. Rehearsing?
Not you rehearsing.
Marguerite, she seems...
I believe him.
She seems to have...
Oh, he's a little crazy. It's okay. We can all come back from a little crazy. Siri, pause. Why do we know what Siri is? I hate it here. I'm supposed to be emotional about this. I need us to not mention Siri.
I gave you to Armand. You tell me.
That's a loaded statement. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, help me.
Oh, hail me. Oh, darling.
Here in the wall. Hold on. It's my home. And I'm she is me.
I've been interested in that in the books. I mean, New Orleans obviously shows up like all the time, but they're really just like stationed in France for the most part, especially by the end. And I'm curious if this show is going to really establish like New Orleans as Lestat and Louis' home and like the place that they won't leave. At one point, Armand runs New Orleans, which is weird and it feels wrong.
I didn't know it was a gift. Thou weren't like a curse. I came to thank you for the gift you offered me, the gift I denied, for the nights in front of you, where I might learn to live honestly.
Okay, so never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it right now.
September 8th, 1973. Armand called me. Were you there? Did you hurt yourself? Got saved her from the fire. 2.5 centuries later, she looked at me again like a child, looking to her father. But I was new.
back, Atlanta, and welcome to my next guest, the two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative journalist and author of the best-selling fictional memoir, Interview with the Vampire.
He's alive.
Hey, Atlanta, check out.
This is a great interview. That's still Dubai. Look at his sweater. He's wearing color. He's wearing color again. Wait, is that Daniel on his head?
I'm guessing you haven't heard from my maker.
Shit.
I'm sorry. I should.
Oh, look at the apartment. Looks so nice. That music. Season 2, episode 1. Me and you. Claudia's dress in the back. This is a stupid show when I cry all the time.
We knew that there was going to be a fire, so the other thing that we did
Mara.
is
I love her.
a layer of
Burn it down.
Burn it down.
That's it. It's also like a very iconic part of the film.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think in the film, like, obviously, Brad Pitt's not. Anyway, but I think that that's arguably like one of his best scenes in the film is the actual like burning down of the theater. Everyone looks too good covered in blood. It's a problem.
I am about to my dad.
Ben!
It's like a big spoiler. No, it isn't. Not if you read the books.
No, not if you've read the books.
Me and a fake head, which fortunately...
He's so excited about the fake head.
I'm different ceremonies in a full cast of my head, so they have all the stock.
He's made of rubber, so
He's so cute.
It's really hard to destroy.
That's what I sent him. That was our conversation about the scene. It's that picture.
Please post that picture, Jacob. I want to do it one time in my life. Just one.
Know how much Lestat did to save Louis because he's not aware of that at that point.
Why you crossed an ocean?
Thank you, Adam O'Byrne, for like clarifying that because I know people are going to be mad about it. And I'm like, he doesn't know.
The thing that
Oh yeah, abandonment is like Lestat's like thing. And like for Armand of all people. Nobody can hurt you like the people you love, and the people that love you.
Louis knows that he saved it. So it's quite
Why does he think that?
When he turns up with Armand and
Why
Louis
does-
blaming him for Claudia's death, which is...
Why does he think that?
So Lestat was a part... Very interesting dynamic between Lestat and Armand with Lestat.
Yeah, I was gonna say those two keep looking at each other.
This
saved Claudia if he had the energy. I believe that to my core.
I love that you believe
It's
that.
just that you had to save Louis.
Yeah. They're like the worst couple that would like choose each other over their kids. Like, they would. Both of them. I mean, that's what Daniel calls out in the season 1 finale. Oh, I thought Armand was going to hurt him there. It turns out he did hurt him. Daniel's a vampy vamp. That's
Looking to her.
I know I didn't cry during this scene, but I'm overwhelmed, so I'm sorry.
This whole chaotic revenge story that we see in these last couple of episodes.
Yeah, I've always been on a...
And yeah, there's things said at the end.
Yeah, what is said? Okay. Okay. That's fine. Just take that to the grave. I don't care. I don't even care. I don't even want to know. Eric gotta be a vampire.
Taking off your sunglasses. I'm guessing you haven't heard from my maker.
I'm really excited about Eric. I will say it's gonna be interesting because I don't think people are gonna be that happy with how he's turned. I don't care. I think it's great. Is that it? Oh, and the music's back. I don't know what to say. The first thing I want to talk about is the final scene, which is Louis. I kind of assumed that we were gonna get season 3. Like, they've put so much money in the Anne Rice universe that I didn't really doubt it. Like, the season 3 confirmation was lovely, but I didn't doubt that we were getting season 3. And obviously, everyone has kind of known season 3 is going to be Vampire Lestat being adapted, and I'm so excited for it. I am. But like, as a book reader from the series, one of the things I struggled with the most was the disappearance of Louis throughout the day. I'm like literally trying to keep it together. The disappearance of Louis in the text made the books really hard for me to read, and I trust the show, and they've done so much with Louis. But I was still like really scared that like the final scene was gonna be like some like big Lestat shot, and that it was gonna kind of like push Louis out. Which I don't know why I'm like scared about it. I think just because it's in the books. But the final shot being him is like really important because it's his story. I'm definitely editing this, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm like trying to get it together. I'm so excited to see where the show takes Louis' story. I'm excited to see what the next season holds. I don't really have anything like intelligent to add in here right now. I obviously will be watching the finale again, and we'll hopefully be able to like maybe put like a coherent actual review up versus there's a lot of me sitting here quiet. I don't react very like openly to things. I'm fairly reserved in emotions. I say as I'm crying on the camera, like actively. I don't show excitement at high levels. I kind of usually run like here. So when things do get me one way or the other, it's usually a feat in itself. But I don't have anything to say. I'm really sad that the season's over. I've enjoyed my Vampire Sundays again. but we're gonna get more of the story and more of these characters and more of the actors and more of everybody, and it's gonna be a great time. Yeah. But thank you to everyone that made the show possible, as per usual. And I feel like I owe you guys everything. So thank you, and thank you to everyone that's, you know, been here watching the whole journey of the vampires with us and keeping, you know, viewership up, because I need an endless amount of seasons of them. But yeah, that's all I got. I can't end this with saying see you next week, but I will see you sometime soon with an actual coherent review of this. It's not just a lot of crying. And I feel like we need to study this book and some preparation of some stuff to come. So I don't know how I can do book club over over YouTube, but I'm gonna try to come up with something. I feel like we need to. This is a big boy. It's a big book, and there's a lot in it. But I'm gonna end it here because it's just gonna be me rambling for the next like 45 minutes straight. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry for crying. I have so much. There's still so much to talk about. But I will see you guys at some point soon to talk about it. Oh, okay. What the fuck?